Ta-da! Off we go. We started this conversation with Miss Maja.
And Chiara Donza.
We need someone for the intros, Maja. I tell you, we really need someone that goes like, the crowd goes wild.
We can do like.
Ciao, Ildiko.
Yeah.
Oh, I love your name. Hi. So we started this conversation, and it was a rhyming start. And so Maja was starting, and I love the topic. I couldn't hold myself. I was like, let's hit record and start. About how many times you can possibly hear the word ease without like freaking out. You're having kind of a hard moment in your life or something. So let's start here. I like it.
So yeah. So how annoying is it when somebody like you are stuck in your biggest problems and somebody comes along and they're like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da. Life is beautiful, life is great," and you're just like, like your nostrils get really big and you start like breathing really deeply and heavily, and you're like, am I gonna kill them or just beat them up really, really badly?
I like it. That's the badass versus ease. It feels like bull snorting, like. And I also get when you get slightly neurotic about it, like the Ice Age squirrel that gets like, fuck ease. What is it with this word? It's everywhere, and you just start getting those weird tics, and you're like, fuck, it's everywhere. Like, oh come, it's all over me, like and you're like, ugh. Anyway.
So everything that brought up, if you don't know the clearing statement,
now is a good moment to learn it.
Then check it out on the clearingstatement.com, where Dr. Dane here brilliantly and eloquently explains it, what the clearing statement is with lots of ease, hopefully for you too. And so everything this conversation already brought up, and like all the past memories when you were like, to everybody who was like, life is easy. Are you willing to destroy and uncreate all of that?
Please.
Okay.
Right and wrong, good and bad, put a buckle, die, church, place, and beyond. I love that. And if we haven't made your character, like if you're not Woody Allen nor a bull fighting in the arena, let's destroy and uncreate that as well. If you have a particular like tick that arises for you when there is this word ease, like everybody's talking about, I love Loredana is speaking from a side, like I'm here. I might have something. If we haven't talked about your particular nuance of insanity, talking about ease, let's destroy and uncreate that. And everywhere you feel even more left out of the ease conversation, because we haven't spoken about your nuance of insanity, right and wrong, good and bad, put and buckle,
church boys and beyond. Yeah, so what is this? This is, I don't know, do people talk about ease outside of excess? Like, do they talk that do they mention it as a possibility in the world? I don't really get that. I mean, if you go to any kind of self-help or self-development class, it's always like, work hard and I like, where is ease mentioned in our lives? And have our parents talked about it? I don't think so.
I don't think so neither.
There was one thing that my father said to me, which is pretty funny, that was like really close to ease, which is like, he said, you don't have to learn, you only have to know stuff. That was like, oh, that's pretty brilliant, actually.
I love your dad. There is this no struggle conversation about knowing, which is like, hello, chapeau to your daddy. It's interesting when you mentioned that. I was thinking about like, have we ever been exposed to ease? And I was thinking that the closest thing that in my family got like a little bit like in the zone of ease was the definition of elegance. And it was really like the one that Gary's talking about, which is the maximum result with the minimum effort. And it's something I heard a bit from like the grandmas or staff about that, the idea is the maximum result with the minimal effort. And I was like, fuck, these elegance conversations seem so like fluent, less applying for, less struggling with something, and this beautiful effect out of it. So I was intrigued about it.
I love that. I'm gonna have very interestingly Facebook Live with beautiful bars facilitator from Hungary, who we started creating together with, and our conversation will be about elegance. And I was like, this is so interesting because ease and elegance somehow really go together. So this is such a beautiful kind of pairing or coincidence to have both conversations so close to each other.
Yeah. And weird enough, I am not sure 100% now, but I've been reading about the etymology of elegance, because I'm a word freak. As you know, we are both translators and facilitator, and we both love words. So and elegance comes from the Latin eligo, which is choose from what is not common. And it was, when I read it, it was like, wow, it's just like choosing what matches you, but not just in a very ordered conversation about, I don't know, you have light eyes, so you should wear whatever that is, or this is the shape of your body. This is not from this order, but from like the energetic congruence with what you'd like to create. And it feels like a very advanced conversation with these words, but anyway, we're having it, so hype.
I like it. I think this what did you say exactly? So what was elegance? Is from choose?
Yeah, in Latin eligo.
That's so beautiful. And I love how sometimes when you go deeper with a word, it can bring up so many different energies, and you get it's like an initiation into the energy of the word. These are beautiful words too. So when you look at the etymology, it's not from what was it in old times, but it's like you dive into the energy of the original energy of the word. And then also what I love is it's about like you can see like in different languages how it changed, and there's also a beauty and elegance of like bringing that out. So really. So let's go back to this ease. And I'm really interested, like what are the basic, so two things, like what are the things that are kind of the opposite, what we call the opposite of ease, and how are we with those in our lives, and how much importance did we put on those, like hardworking, or you have to really sweat to get to something valuable. And this is also something that I would love to talk about, like what have we made that more valuable, or is ease, or does ease have any value in our lives?
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I really had to accompany that with a...
Yeah, that was very appropriate. And it was a lot of ease.
I love that. Can you repeat it, like, please? I love this question. Maya's like, what question?
I'm like, do we have our oracle?
I love it that when you clear something, which is something that happened like with Access a lot, you ask a question and then people are like, can you repeat the question? You're like, what question? Who are you talking to? Because it just cleared away the energy, and you're like, I don't know, what are we talking about? And you're like a blank canva again, and you're like, oh, sure, Muffy, what are we talking about? Like,
I can kind of recall it. So what have you made valuable in our lives? And my question is, like, also, what is the opposite of ease? Like, what have you decided that is like directly the opposite of ease? And which one have you made more valuable? Ease, or that's something that the opposite of ease? Let it be, hard work or sweat. So what this whole question goes to is like, how much do you value ease, or do you value ease at all in your life? Or have you shoved it aside because it's inappropriate to have too much ease? Or like, oh my God, like, how much are you trying to prove that your life is still hard? Actually, you're having it really easy and everything is ease, or most of the things, but how much do you try to prove it to fit into this reality? Because let's look at it. How much does this reality value ease? There's like, how many conversations you have ever had about ease? Like, probably outside of access, like 00.
And I love it because as you speak, I was really thinking, I love that, like, what's the opposite of it? Because like what came up like as a first layer for me was struggle, and then difficulty, and then like problems, and which just the energy of like a solid foundation of like problem. Having a problem, maybe you just attack one of it or a part of it, but just having something solid to go against or like go for. And how much struggle and all of this is a way we use to keep one foot in this reality. I love Annika's like so everything that is can be destroyed and created, right and wrong, good and bad.
Paco and I, short voice and beyond.
Like,
and yeah, there's another, like, I wrote in the chat the words that you came up with, and I loved like all of them. Like, what's the opposite of ease? You said struggle, difficulty, problem, something solid. And also I put like resistance. Like, the resistance is like, it could be totally opposite of ease. Like, you have to, like, it's like,
yeah. And Maja, I just adore that you brought that up, because today in the 5 Zooms, today there was a Zoom with Shannon O'Hara about receiving, and she said, and she was really talking about it. It was amazing. I really encourage you to look at this. It's just like, wow. And she said, you guys must know something about receiving because you're resisting it so fiercely. And for me, it was like, Mom, like, oh my gosh, if you go against ease with that, I don't know if you say vehemence, like with that conviction, with that determination, you must know something about that. So everything that is, and everywhere we cut ourselves off the equation of ease, can we just try and create that?
Oh yes, thank you.
I'm good and bad, but I'm not sure, but let me answer.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And also, I love that you brought up Shannon's topic about receiving, because so how much is receiving or not receiving anything and everything connected to having ease? So like, just imagine for the next 10 seconds that you would receive everything with the ease, as this is one of my favorite recent examples, as a fence receives the wind as it blows through the holes of the fence. Like, there's not really, like, there's no I'm like, I'm just a fence and the wind blows right through me. So it's like, not really, it's just happening. So And so how much do we have to resist life not to have ease? And how much, what if you just play with it and you just choose that, stop resisting, let's say just 10%, how much more ease could come into your life if you just chose 10% more receiving? And everything that doesn't allow that, and doesn't, you think that it's not possible, would you destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes, please.
Okay, right and wrong, good and bad, put on Pokemon shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow.
And are you getting paid enough to resist ease, which you such for? I am curious, because maybe you're getting paid a lot, so it's really worth it.
And if you get a lot of money for that, please share that info with us, because we would love to get the same amount of payment for our resistance, because I personally don't really get paid very well for this.
Exactly.
I have a very crappy resistance job.
So are you getting paid in struggle and sufferance, Maja? How much fun is that?
I don't want to look at that right now, Chiara.
Exactly.
So let's just turn the. I'm just joking.
Whatever.
Let's talk about something different.
Something else. And that's also amazing when we're willing to look at how much. There is one thing, like in the like lately in classes that I loved. I don't even know which classes right now, but there's something about which wolf are you gonna feed? Like, are you gonna feed the wolf of struggle, the wolf of self-doubt, the wolf of like meritocracy, which in this reality is very much the value of hard work. So you get to something, and there you're a valuable person, there you're someone, because you pushed your way through with the burden of whatever that was, all the way to the top. When they say climbing to the top, meaning you really need to, just like soldier Ryans, just go there with harsh work. Or are you feeding the wolf of ease? And the wolf of ease is not acknowledged in this reality. It's just like having an imaginary friends that nobody sees. So I don't know, like everywhere we are feeding the wolf of struggle in order to have 2 feet in this reality instead of the reality of possibility. Again, it just comes up. Can we destroy and uncreate it?
Oh yes, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, put a fuck on my short place. And I've been asking this question quite a bit. Which wolf am I feeding? And it just really like read for a lot of things, like for example for obsessive thought, when you cannot like get your head around something, and there are these like junky thoughts that you feed yourself on, like, oh my gosh, like I need to solve this, I need to, and you're obsessed with something. And
I don't do any of that. Never.
I don't
never,
understand
ever.
what you're talking about. I love it. Anyway, just for me. And I'm gonna
just for fun.
myself.
Yeah, please,
exactly.
please. Yeah, I'm really excited about you, about how you work.
You and your multiple personality giving their opinion on stuff all at once. and really, which wolf am I feeding? For me, gave this space of like, okay, it's my choice to make that real and solid and bigger than me somehow, or to give attention to what I would like to create, even if it's just a whisper in this reality, or like the flutter of wings. And you were talking about the wind through the fence, and there was this just breath of air and this space of like, I'm just a fence made, rain or shine, I'm here. I'm not resisting, I just being here. And yeah, so everywhere we like use all our energy to resist and react against ease instead of feeding it and nurturing, can we destroy and create it?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, put a buckle, diet shorts, boys and beyond.
I loved absolutely what you just said, and it brought up something very interesting, and I'll reveal myself now. Um, there's this story in the Bible where there's, I don't know how it's called in English, but where there are two boys, and one of them stays at home and works hard and helps the father grow, or grow plants or whatever. Like he works hard on the farm, and the other one just goes away and asks first. He asks for like all the money that he is entitled to from the father. So he takes all the money and he goes away and so-called like parties and loses all the money, and then that boy comes home, and then the father welcomes him that as if he has never left, and he's like, oh, I'm so happy that you're home. And I always looked at that example and I'm like, what the fuck, what about the other guy? He worked his fucking ass off for many years, and like, how, like, do you respect that? And then this asshole who just like who lost all the money, and then he comes home and he's like, and the father is just so happy. I'm like, and like this, I also looked at it like the hard work has to be revered, has to be acknowledged. The hardworking boy is not mentioned in the story. Only the guy who loses all the money and then has it with, it was, he had the easy life. And it's just so interesting still that it still brings up some stuff that it's like, I thought it was so unfair to the son who stayed at home, and that is so easy, because we value then those things that are, so you can kind of lose all your parents' money and you're still fine. Like there's no you don't take no responsibility for your actions and stuff like that. And now I know that this story is actually about so much more than this. But this is like, this is how I always perceived it, and it made me so angry. So so it's just really very tricky, like where we, like, let's say we say, oh yeah, I'm totally for ease, and then there's this story and I go into like, this is so unfair, he worked his ass off, blah 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 blah. I'm like, wow, so what do I really value? So I really would like to invite all of you who are watching this or listening to this is to acknowledge where you have already chosen ease, and look at it, how hard work, how sweat, how difficulty, how problems, how struggle still have a hold on your world, and how you still value those things. And looking at it means that if you're willing to look at it where you still value those things, that's when you're willing to look at it, it's the place where you can actually change it and ask for more ease in those places. And right now, for example, I look at how I still value in certain places hard work, and what if that could change? And I really need to like let go of that concept to have a change. And that's what I invite you to also choose. And not just for the time of this Zoom or for the time of this conversation, but look at it again and again and again. And every time where struggle comes up, what if that is not even your reality? What if you just bought into somebody else's reality? And what, how, how much ease could you have with changing that?
Hmm.
Or would you like to work hard with that? Change it to ease.
Sweat it, exactly. Sweating my way into ease. We should have called it this way. Working my ass off into ease.
Oh my God,
I
yes.
love it. There is this like mutual excluding thing in this reality, and I'm so grateful that you brought up like the religion like kick of it, because like struggle and hard work is really something that comes from like really a dogma. And I know which like in the Greek mythology there was this idea that if everything was going cool, like your ship was not sinking, the gods were blowing wind your way, you were not just like kicked by anyone or killed, or you were doing great, like, you know, rocking it, you were happy about it, then you were sinning of something it's called hubris, which means being like arrogance, something like that, something similar to arrogance.
Oh my God, I love that conversation.
So if you were, you know, rising a little bit above the mediocrity of what happened in those times, so you get sworded and speared and smashed like regularly, then the gods would see you and they would, you know, kill you with the lightning or something like that, or do something horrible to you. And it was called hubris, and it was really this idea of like bow to your gods and kind of color in the lines, you know, this energy of like, yes, but not too much, you know, stay under the radar of what the gods can see, don't be too up there, don't be too down there, don't offend anyone, which you will anyway, because if you get, I don't know, a carrot in some god's field, he will kill you because he was a sacred carrot. So anyway, but just don't go too much above or below the what is considered normal, and live a long life. So, and I just love this like cult, like everything that was built upon this, with the idea. And when you were talking, when you were talking about the dad saying, "Oh, honey, everything is fine," you know, and the other one was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
maybe it was just me. I was like, what the fuck?
I know, but
Maybe I was the other one in a past life.
I wonder. I mean, imagine waking up at 4 a.m. every day and just like, I don't know, shoveling the poo of your cow and being like hardworking. And your brothers go to Vegas and then he comes back like, "Oh, I bet our house and we're all broke." Like, how would you feel about it? I don't know, do something to my brother. I wouldn't be very grateful or happy about that. And I wouldn't feel very honored about that at all. But I was thinking about how religion, like this, usually Bibles as like moral histories. So the idea is to teach you something through an image and stuff. And I was thinking about how much religion is about hoarding, so keeping together, like the idea of you live it, you lose. Like if you let something just come across you and go further, you would lose it. And how much struggle as this energy of hoarding together stuff and making very solid. And so you need to work your way out. You don't need to, I don't know, don't need to lose the favor of your boss or this particular member in your family, or you need to just like hoard your way through the top, instead of the ease of like, "Oh, sure, you want to come and contribute to this project, to my life, to whatever that is we're creating together. Cool, come. Do you want to leave? Please go. This is the door." But not from resistance and reaction, but really from the energy. And I love that you were talking about the fence. I don't want to make it significant, but it just like, you know, all these elements, they like play together of like, yeah, sure, you want to play, please come, the door is open. Do you want to leave? The door is still open. You can go. You know, there is no need to make it solid or significant or hold it into place, but just the ease of like a flow, and just like, yes, and what else, and what is required now, and how much you need to be on top of question for ease, and not, you know, define it into anything. It's just like, oh, what would create greater now, and what about now, and now what is required, and now who can I add, or what can I add? And and just be on top of creation through question of just playing, pulling the threads of creation, be like, oh, what about that, and what happened if I pull this blue one? Oops, sorry, I destroyed everything. Okay, cool, what about and just playfulness, I guess, as well. So
Yeah.
I love seeing your happy faces. I'm like, we all know something about this, what about that? What happened next? Can I taste it?
Oh my God. Yeah. I also, you mentioned this word playfulness. So, how much ease do kids have? How they come into this world, and how much did we have ease as kids when we came into this world? And there was always just the wondering of oh, what's possible today, and who can I play with, and what games can I play, and where can I have fun, and all of that. And so how much have we stopped being that playful ease, the energy of playful and ease, as we started to grow up? How much did we decide that being grown up means being or having hard work or having to do hard work, instead of just choosing to play with the things that are around us, and to continue to have this wonderment about the world, and just play with everything and everybody, with the energies, with the threads, with and yeah. So everywhere we have stopped having the playfulness in our world. Would you destroy and uncreate all of it, and also reclaim everything and all the parts of you that you separated from or cut off, that is actually you, and that's your playfulness? So everything that is, would you destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, plan, pakona, shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow.
Wow. I love it. Thank you, Maja. Really, getting this energy of kid wonder and playfulness is such yeah, how much have we been that, and then learned that was annoying for most adults. So naturally, that color of serious doesn't match most of us, even in our adult lives. It's really shitty on us, it doesn't work. But somehow it's the most the lowest common denominator somehow. The one of seriousness and struggle and problems and frowning your forehead and being worried about something. What the fuck? How much do we have to pretend we are that in order to have a conversation with our family, for example?
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to puke now. Okay, sorry, I have to go.
The puke bags are gonna be sold in the back of the room for $1.
No, we said 5. We want to make money on it.
Oh, I think it would be such a great business idea. We need to talk, Maja. But really, puke bags, whatever you call them, in a perfect, nice way, not that. With written on what else is possible now.
Or all of life comes to me, or goes from me with ease, joy, and glory.
Exactly.
I think we have a new business.
We do have a new business. You can find us on waypatrolbags.com. I love EJG throwbacks. I like it.
And we could also sell it to like big airlines, you know.
Exactly. Bumpy flights, everyone flying over the Alps need us. And then they get exposed to the access tool. And then their life get easier and glory and they can do nothing about it. And you get judged for having exposed them to those horrible, pesky things. Greatness. Wow. Anyway, I love this conversation and I love where it's going, which we could have never, ever even fathom of.
No, never.
We just like the title. We're like, oh, we're easiest, please, let's do it. When 24th. Okay.
It rhymes. I like it. Me too. That's enough. Okay.
Exactly. What is it about? We will see on the go. Just anyway, that's our
That's our way of creating with ease.
and out of linearity completely.
Definitely.
Wow, thank you for like that. Like that's our way of creating. I was thinking about like how in school you get slowed down to linear creation as a way to like track your mental process. Like I don't know, we learn about I don't know if it translates by like inductive reasonment and deductive reasonment. I don't know when, but we learn it at some point. So the idea is so you can match yourself to one of those and do it from, you know, the little thing to the big concept or from the big concept to find the example of the little things. And what the heck, how much our knowing is ease. And I mean ease, I-S, ease, E-I-S-E. Like how much we knowing is ease. It's just immediate, no struggle, no reason or justification, no significance.
No logic.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. So everywhere you have made logic and reasoning more important than ease. Would you be willing to destroy and create all of that?
Yes.
Wow. Right and wrong, good and bad, Parapak, all our short boys and beyonds. We definitely have to go into the barf bag business.
Exactly. Or maybe we can destroy and create 2% of it with total ease and joy and glory, and then we'll leave the rest of the 98% for later. Anyway,
Yeah.
more of that, please. I don't rock.
Wow.
I wonder what that is, but anyway. Sorry.
Just drink it. Don't.
I know, but I was putting like to me because the light is here, and I need to put it here to see what it is.
Wow. And what else have you made more important in your life than ease? Like, is being acknowledged as you know, acknowledged for what you actually do, you know, not what you be. Oh my God. And also, like, how much is being ease, and how much have you made doing more important than being? So wow, everything that is, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and puck, all night, shorts, boys and beyonds.
I think we have actually another product after that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Maya interrupted.
Yeah, go. No, go ahead. Another product, yeah.
When someone hit your thing and like gobsmack you, actually,
gobsmack, yeah,
nothing to do about it. But anyway, I think we should have like, you know, when there are those toys for little kids that have the little balls inside, and you move them, and it's like, and there is nothing in your head. You're just like, that thing, yes. So I think we need to do something like $1 or something for the yes, you got me limitation, and it just look at you with very big eyes and like. Anyway, sorry.
And we're gonna call it Chiara doll because you have like beautiful blue eyes, and you can look at like.
And most of the time, my head goes like this. I'm like, not sure I understand fully what you said, but.
But it was very effective.
Sorry, I bet you were saying something like going on with this. I am just.
It's fine. I don't know where was I? I was like talking about making yeah,
love you. And
what have you made more valuable, that, but that was another word, more valuable than ease, like being acknowledged by other people. Like if you create something, so if you create something with total ease, can people see that? Can people perceive it? Can people receive that? Mostly no. So how much have you made other people's point of view, or other people receiving what you be and what you do and how you be, more important than having the ease that you actually could absolutely choose, and the ease that you be. Yeah, so wherever you have made that more important, more valuable, that people see you, acknowledge you, than just having you, yourself, and being ease, would you just try and create all of that?
yes, please.
Whoo, right and wrong, good and bad, parampakona, shorts, boys and beyonds. Oh, Aniko said doing than being. Yeah, and it's so interesting that actually, if you are willing to be, if you're willing to be the ease that you truly be, that will bring along the doing, because doing, it goes together with being. But it's, if you work from like, but it's like first there is the being, and from there, like, doing naturally comes. So if you think that you're like really being, but there's no doing, maybe ask a question: am I really being, or am I just pretending to be and not truly really being that thing, or being the ease, or being truly who you are? So check that out.
Sounds like a threat. Check that out. But a very sensual one. So how can we resist? Wow. Actually, I do have a question. Where would you guys like to go? Because, yeah, because I'm curious.
Do you have any questions? Let's go with that. Like, we have talked quite a lot now about ease and choosing ease, and so did you come with any kind of question to this Zoom, or desire to change something, or what's up with you guys?
And actually, how much fun can we have, even if we don't have problems to solve? I was wondering about like how much we're willing to use the access tools when we come across difficult moments in our life. So maybe our relationship, or the job, or the body, or whatever that is. And I was really thinking about when you have ease, where everything is generative and bubbly and creative and expanding and exponentializing, like how much ease can you ask for there? Because it might be so unfamiliar to be willing to lower your barriers and go with the flow, and be willing to be just like, I don't know, I have the energy of like being at the party and just having this, like, I don't know, having a drink of champagne, and then talking with someone, and then dancing a little bit, and then going and, I don't know, seeing a beautiful something outside. Just this energy of dance and ease and like bubbles. And how much ease can you ask for there? And there is, like, in Italy we say the sword of Damocles, which is, they say there is a very happy and comforting saying that goes, you have a sword pending on your head, which means exactly. Can you imagine how happy you feel with that? But like everything is fine, but there's going to be a crucial moment, and if you just look up, there's going to be a sword pending on your head, so it might fall in any time. Italians are happy people, by the way. But not everybody remember that. Anyway, and it was just like, wow, what if we can have ease with the unfamiliarity and with being the single person that has ease in this reality. You might look far away for miles all around you, and you might be the only one that's choosing that is acknowledging that when it happens, that it's asking for more of that. You can really be, the black sheep in a field of goats. So they're all different anyway, but you might be really definitely different. And what if also, what if you could then ask for more? And one of the things that I loved most of the access tools is the energy of turning up the volume. So when anything shows up that is really like, wow, and there is this like, giggles and just like this buzz and these tickles of creation, and asking for more of this, being like, you know what, not out of ingratitude, not out of greed, but out of total curiosity, out of total like willingness to play more, to play with that in whatever other different field might show up, can have more of this. And I remember when I was I don't know, maybe 8, I was skiing with my dad. We were skiing like all day long, so from like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And my dad had a beard and mustache, and it was all full with icicles because it was so cold. And we were eating in the lift, so then we could ski more. We were having like sandwiches or stuff in the lift, and then go down and we'll ski all day. And my dad told me when we were like going home with the skis on our shoulders, I remember that I was like, Dad, when we get home, can we make hot chocolate? And then could we maybe go, I don't know, to the swimming pool or just like go down a slope and sledge? And my dad was like, holy cow. And he was calling me Chiara the octopus. And I really bought that that was out of ingratitude. But there is so much, and we have been talking about playfulness with kids, but like kids have so much energy available that they do not quite have the point of view that at 5 p.m. you should be done just because you skied, 8 hours. It's not real, it's not real for them. So yeah, everywhere we slow ourselves down and make stuff solid in our life to be like everybody else and to be understandable by everybody else and to be liked by our mom and dad, can we destroy and uncreated? Yes, please. Good and bad, bottom particle nitrous. But I see Daniel as a question.
Yes. He writes, most of the people are worrying about the future or feeling bad about the past. I think having ease also means being in the present. What do you think about that? That's a good question. It's very interesting because whenever you think about the past or when you worry about the future, most of the times it's not generative. Most of the time it's I just call it mindfuck.
I love it. I call it eco-universe, but I think mindfuck is way more elegant. Thank you, Maja. True story. It's a mindfuck. And it's also a lot of conclusion too. Like, okay, if that happened, or if that had happened, then I would have chosen these things, and and we go into the whole story of what could have been, or should have been, or must have been, or I wonder why that has not happened, and then we judge ourselves, or what should happen and will happen, or the best scenario, and it's not like really that takes us away from being present. Yeah. And okay, actually, one thing when I read the question, one thing I was wondering is, like, ease is not something you can hold onto, is not something you can store for later, like a magic potion of ease.
Are you telling me now? Oh my God.
We need to talk, right?
We definitely need to talk, girl. I already have the jars open here to put some ease in that, and you know how you do with tomatoes. Like I was going to do that with ease, and now,
Well,
oh my
tomato is
god,
like happiness in a jar, in my
it's
point of view,
almost
because
like
I'm
ease. Like
Italian.
having tomato.
You must know that we're kidding, but in September there's going to be a crucial moment for every Italian mama out there, and it's about making tomato sauce. And it's just a very didactic activity. It's fun. It's ease. Watch out.
It's ease.
Uh, but Maya's speaking on that for that. And I was thinking about, you know, Harry Potter potion, the Felix potion. Like there is like a charm, a potion that is very rare, that Harry Potter can. It takes a lot of time to make, a lot of difficult ingredients. But if you have it and you drink it, and there's usually like very little, everything will go right in your day. So everything we have done to store ease for later and use it for the difficult moment and the rainy day, can we destroy and uncreate it?
Yes,
Turn
please.
around, good bad for the buckle, not yours, wait a minute. And there is some time.
Are you still saying it's not possible?
I would never say it's not possible. I would never dare, Miss Maya. Hello, sorry. But how many times ease comes our way and we're like, hang on, I need a jar, and I will not own you completely. I will store some of it for later, and then preserve it, and I hope it doesn't go bad. And then when I will need it, when I will be in a difficult moment, I will open you up. And you know what? Ease is gonna be dissolved. It doesn't hold. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't expire, but neither does it preserve for the rest of your life. It's not something you can store away and use for your problem. And actually,
But what if you can choose it anytime, though?
you outrageous bitch. What have you done? I cannot believe what you said, girl. I love it. I was like, oh my gosh, we could do the ease rap. Oh my gosh. Could you? Like, even in our time?
Maybe.
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 Yeah.
Yeah. So, what if ease is a choice that you can choose any time, any moment, like no matter how difficult things seem around you, but it's like, okay, universe, show me more ease, please. And our Zoom's title is More Ease. Yes, please. So what if you start a conversation with the universe like, universe, please show me more ease. And then just leave it at there and just receive. It's so beautiful. As I say these words, it almost starts to rain on me, this like this energy. And what if you could just receive it, and there's nothing more to do, just receive it and go and do your day, whatever is required, and just ask for it. And there's no more than that, just asking for it. So what if it's not, well, definitely ease is like you choose it in the present, as you said, like you cannot preserve it, you cannot hold it for the future. But what if it's always available? And like, so have you ever bought into the reality that ease is far away, ease is unchoosable, and ease is something that other people can choose but you cannot? Or it's like ease is, oh, this is great, like it's just like magic, you cannot expect it to show up. It shows up sometimes and then it disappears. Like everywhere you bought into the reality that ease is just like something that sometimes shows up and it's totally out of your control. are you willing to destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yes.
Okay, right and wrong, good, bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what if actually ease is out of our control, however, it's within our reach and it's within our ask. No? So are you willing to ask every day for more ease and ask the universe to show it to you? How can ease show up in the most freaking surprising way you have never thought it would?
Everything that does not allow that, can we destroy and create it?
Yes, please.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. And mind you, you can be aware but never prepared, so it will come and it will show up in the most unexpected, inappropriate way. What would it take to be willing to receive it no matter what?
Yeah.
And this also is a little bit the invitation of like ease to wash you away, to be so willing to have it rain on you and like really wash you. I was like seeing the like a big wave and you're there and it just goes like the fence, like a rock, like whatever you are. I mean, like, yeah, sure, even if I can't control it. And how little have we got to maintain our life to control everything, including the ease that we won't allow ourselves to have. So everywhere we're still controlling and like with the, you know, with the droplets, the one for the medicine, and you're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's it, and you just close it and you're like 5 droplets of these, I'm good for today. Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom buckle, 9 shorts with me. I don't know about you, I might be a control freak. I am just seeing in this Zoom, I'm like, yes, this, but not this. And everywhere we rather be right than be free. Can we destroy and create?
Oh,
just
yes,
for the
please.
sake of it. Right and wrong, good and bad, bottom buckle, 9 shorts, boys and beyond.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Our time is almost up because we planned this this Zoom for 1 hour and now it's 59.
And 1 hour has gone already?
Yes, isn't it amazing? Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. So if there are any last minute questions that you guys have, Aniko says thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I'm so happy for all of you who chose to be here at this very early hour of like from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in Europe, and in the US it's different. And yeah, thank you for Ildiko too for being here.
Thank you. And we will put the replay in YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Annika's like, you better do it.
I'm really scared of her. Now we have to do that.
I will do it tonight as we stop the Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Mostly for you, Chiara, but only with ease, you know.
More ease, yes, please. And please, if you like, what one thing can you start using, playing with, that would create more ease in your life? And I'm totally gonna like have another post-it about universe, show me the ease today. Can you show me the ease today? Because I think I know it's such an exercise in receiving and being out of control. So thank you so much, Maja, for bringing it up. It's just like echoing still and just like making my molecules so happy, like, okay, like, yes, well, like a little bit, like I imagine my little molecules like drooling with pleasure, like, oh, yes, oh, purring with pleasure. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Chiara. This is so much fun and actually so much ease, as usually our conversations and our creations. And I'm really looking forward to what's next and how much ease can we have with our next creation and chats. And hope to see you guys all soon, somewhere in the world, online or live. Yeah, let's see what's next. And yeah, ask for more ease. Ask for ease. What if you start to ask for ease every day for the next, I don't know, choose how many days, let's say 39 or whatever. But just start asking every freaking day, universe, show me more ease.
And then what are you gonna say? Yes, please. When
Yeah,
you show
exactly. Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you, Maja. Thank
And
you, guys.
see you soon. Bye.